been hearing for years how in the future we're going to live in a cashless society, right? Well, tonight we ask, when is it really coming? And what's it going to mean? How's it going to affect my life, your life? Good, bad, indifferent? NRS correspondent Michelle Greenstein joins us now to answer these questions. Michelle, you've been working on this for 48 hours now, or something like that.
Sure.
What have you found out?
Well, to answer your first question of is it coming, the short answer is yes. We see the latest example today in Greece. Greeks now must spend at least 30% of their income electronically. And if they don't, then they will face a 22% fine on the shortfall. So let's say you only spend 15% and not 30%, then that remaining 15% will be fined 22%. Now, let's remember that already in Greece, we have any bill under 70 euros must be paid either electronically by a check or by a credit card. So in this instance, using cash is not just taboo and not just financially de-incentivized, but actually illegal. But the truth is, Rick, this is symptomatic of a global trend. We had in India in 2016 the government declaring without warning that the two largest denomination bills would actually become invalid. What we're looking at now is some protests that were against this policy, which did, by the way, abolish over 80% of the circulating cash by value. So the owners of this cash could recoup their value by putting them into a bank account after a very short grace period. But the problem, of course, is that half of Indians do not have a bank account. It's a very largely cash-based society, so we had a lot of backlash in India after that was introduced in 2016. But what few know, Rick, is that this policy that was imposed on India actually has its roots in Washington. USAID had negotiated a series of agreements with the Indian Ministry of Finance, and one of these was actually with the goal of phasing out cash. So less than 1 month before Prime Minister Modi announced this policy, USAID actually established a cashless payment partnership with the Indian Ministry of Finance called Catalyst.
Help me understand this from a total rudimentary perspective, because there's a lot of people out here who are watching us right now who are thinking, you know what, I'm okay with not having to use cash. I'm more apt to get robbed. It's so easy to lose it. You know, I like using a credit card everywhere I go. I like this cashless system. Help them understand why they should hold on to the cash system.
Well, let's ask ourselves who benefits from a cashless system. The most obvious instance, is banks, of course, right? Going cashless prevents a banking crisis because traditionally, when negative interest rates become too great, people will withdraw their funds, right, and hold cash. But paper currency is what allows for these bank runs, so that's impossible without cash. So that's the most obvious example, which is why it's significant that the largest U.S. bank, JP Morgan Chase, actually has a policy to restrict cash in certain markets, like credit cards, mortgages, homes, these big purchases, right, that it'd be great to have data on. But it also doesn't even allow people to store cash in its safety deposit box. But it's also significant that this idea of a cashless society actually has its origins with the banks themselves. It's significant that Willem Buter, who was the chief economist at Citigroup at the time, actually was the first to present this idea of a cashless society.
So I'm just thinking to myself, there's also a move on like cryptocurrency and other types of cash that are less apt for the government to put their hands into. That's supposed to be the beauty of cryptocurrency. Apparently it's a big deal in India right now. Is that a part of something that would be less apt to make people vulnerable, for example?
Right, well, any sort of digital currency is more susceptible to being tracked, databased, and monitored, right? So you could say, hey, this doesn't affect me. Why should I have a problem with going cashless? That's only not going to be a problem for you if you're not going to do anything that a government might see as a threat. So we know from multiple NSA whistleblowers, right, that, NSA surveillance, all of this spying that the state does is less about terrorism and more about suppressing dissent. This is, something we've covered multiple times in the past. So in a way, having everything more digitized and more, tracked and surveilled allows for increased control. So a lot of people are saying that this momentum towards a cashless society not only benefits the central banks, but it also benefits these government actors who, of course, would love to have, as much data on our lives as possible.
I get it, yeah. It takes the control away from the individual and it gives it right there squarely on the shoulders of a government.
Right, simple surveillance enhancer.
Which is important. Good stuff. Thanks for that report.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing us up to date on something that a lot of us often think about.
Okay. Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations you Akim out there that has been pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. What we have here is Rick Sanchez, and this chick here you see is talking about a looming cashless society, and who is it going to benefit? Well, basically it's going to benefit the international bankers because they can have total control over you, you know? Total control over you and your finances, man. If you skip it right now with cash in your pocket, if you choose to skip a week or a month of paying your bill, you could do so. But with a cashless society, where everything is digital, where the banks have total control, you can't do so, man. And that's what they want. You see, she mentioned that in India in 2016, they implemented a plan for India to go cashless. And there was a lot of protests going on about that. You see what they do? They do these beta tests around the world. India. Now you have Greece contemplating the grand plan to move the country towards a cashless society. But they're getting these ideas from the international bankers. Their government, which is the chancellor or the president or the prime minister of Greece, is getting their marching orders from the international bankers and how to move their society, their country towards a cashless society. And these are beta tests that the American government, because she also mentioned that this is also the implementing of the cashless society in India was triggered by Washington. These are beta tests to see how it would run. So when they bring it to the shores of America, these people will be totally complacent to it, man. Because the system will be perfected. What's going to bring on this cashless society is the destruction of the paper currency, the greenback. Because this system is under a phrase called the Babylonian money magic system, and this system goes back to the ancient Babylonians, man, and how they dealt with their society at that time, man, where they created money out of thin air. The same thing, the same system that the American government has adapted. Hoard order, gold, all the precious minerals, and all the precious metals, and issue out paper currency, which is not backed by anything. And what gives it the power is the people. But it's not backed by anything. The same thing was going on with the greenback, or shall I say, the United States currency, man. The dollar. It's not backed by anything. Eventually, pumping money to the system is going to create a bubble, and that bubble is going to pop, bringing forth the same thing that happened October 29th, 1929, which was the collapse of the economy. You see, a lot of people don't know that, man. So they slowly but surely creeping to a cashless society, man. And that cashless society, that new system, is going to be the implementation of the RFID microchip, which is going to be made mandatory because you're not going to be able to buy and sell except you have that microchip, man. That's going to be the new system. And those that refuse to get that, they're going to be off grid, man. A lot of people are going to get put to death. You got a lot of protests because you got a lot of people that believe in the scriptures that know that that's the mark of the beast. But they're going to get put to death and they're going to be weaned out. But the masses that don't know about that, that word masses being deaf, the masses of the people that don't know about that, they're going to receive that chip to be a part of the system. That include women and children, a lot of Israelites. What I mean Israelites, 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you're going to succumb to the new economic system, the new digital currency, which is going to be the implementation of the RFID microchip, and you're going to take that, man. Now knowing that once you take that chip, man, that's your ass. We all know these scriptures, man. Those that's in the know. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And this is exactly what's going to happen. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great. Who? Esau. This system, the international bankers, those from the top, talking about the Rothschilds on down, he is the international bankers, Esau, the so-called white man. And he causeth all small, it's a slacker, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, meaning even the rich and the lowest of the poorest of the poorest is going to receive this offer of the microchip, man. This is going to be the new system. No one can escape this new system, man. This is the part of Esau's New World Order structure. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. The free to the bondmen, which the men that's in prison, whether you in Attica, Comstock, Green Haven, whether you in Clinton, you're going to receive the offer of the microchip. And how they're going to present it to you is, listen, if you take this chip, we can monitor you, and you ain't got to do all this time. You're doing 25 years of life. You're doing 50 to life. We could cut that in half. You take this offer of the microchip, we could release you, and we can monitor you do the offer of the microchip. You don't think the average Negro that's been locked up for 20 years and seeking freedom, he got a 50-year sentence, not going to take the offer of the microchip? Of course he's going to take it, man. A person that want to feed their family, that has no other means of feeding their family, man. No silver, no gold, whatever the case may be. They're going to take the offer of the microchip, especially to appease their women, man. To appease their women, a lot of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native American men are going to take that chip, man, to your destruction, following behind your women. Because these women definitely going to take that chip, man. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. Because they want their goodies. And they're part of the system. And they joint heirs with Esau, man. These nigga women, these women in general are joint heirs with Esau. And this is Esau's kingdom, and they reaping the benefits of being in Esau's kingdom. Because they got all kind of rights. And the Most High created a new thing in the earth, whereas a woman going to surpass a man. And that's why they joint heirs with Esau, man. Esau being the so-called white man. They reaping the benefits of Esau, man. And everything that comes with being in this society. Homosexual society, a woman's society, and a cashless society, man. So majority of these women are going to take that chip, man. If not all of them. It says, back in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, Eustace Mullins, he has this technology, whereas he's creating some technology, whereas they have brain chips to help the autistic become normal, to help a quadriplegic walk again, to help a person that's suffering from retardation to the max to be normal. You don't think these people are going to actually take this chip? Of course they're going to take it, man. A quadriplegic that's paralyzed from his neck down, he want to walk again, he going to take that chip. An autistic kid, or an autistic adult, their family members are going to allow him to take that chip so he can be normal. A straight retarded Jerry's kid that's out there fucked up, man. They parents or their guardians are going to allow them to take the offer of the microchip so it can be normal. And this is how they set in the stage, man. That's the brain chip. They implant that chip in your brain, and that chip take over your brain. Here you can use your functions, man. That's that brain chip. And then you got the offer of the microchip that's going to be implanted in your left hand or in your right hand. This is total control, man. And this is also the mark of the beast. This is also how you pledge your alliance to Esau, the so-called white man. Becoming this total slave, man. becoming this total slave by taking it off of the microchip, which is totally satanic, man. And there's repercussions behind taking that. You may save your life because if you go against the system, they're going to put you to death. You got a lot of people be getting locked up in concentration camps. A lot of people be getting their head put in the guillotine. A lot of people starving, dying from famine, starving, dying from famine. People that's dying from the famine, there's going to be a lot of disease out there. So a lot of people are not going to get their medication because they're off grid. So a lot of people are going to be dying. So you're going to be forced to take that off of the microchip. Because everything from your doctor's bill, from your financial situation, everything, man. Social Security number is going to be instituted on that off of the microchip, man. And that's how Esau is going to have the ultimate slave. We have total control of everybody in the whole world, man. And that's establishing this new world order system, man. So you're going to save yourself, those that take that off of the microchip. You're going to preserve your life for a season, but Yahweh Shah got you marked. And he going to fuck you up, man, if you take that chip. And that's the scriptural, man. It's not my words. This is the Most High words. I'm going to bring it out, too. It says, back in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. I'm going to read it again before I go to the 17th verse. And he causeth all small, and it's like it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their foreheads, man. That offer the microchip going into your right hand and that computer brain chip going into your forehead, man. The offer the microchip is going to your left hand or your right hand. And that brain chip is going into your brain, man. And they show you through their movies. Total Recall, when Arnold Schwarzenegger pulled that brain chip out of it and it came from out of his nose, man. So they show you in their movies how they're going to get down. But it goes over the average JK because they don't know nothing but entertainment. So this was coming down, man. A cashless society. And they paving the way through all these other nations first, man. Beta testing. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Because that's going to be the new system. You're not going to be able to trade, buy, sell, do anything save you got that mark, man, which is the offer the microchip, which is going to be the new digital system, the new digital currency, man, that they're going to implement and make it mandatory worldwide, man. It's not going to be this American thing or British thing or Israeli thing or Middle Eastern thing. It's going to be implemented mandatorily implemented throughout the whole four corners of the earth, man. So that means the whole world, man, is going to take that chip, man, except those that's a part of the elect. And that's the trial that's going to come upon all men, whether you're going to take that chip or not. Straight facts, man. That's going to be the trial that's going to come upon all men. Whether you're going to take that chip and succumb to Esau's system or become a rebel and be off grid, man, and become a fugitive, man, in Esau's system. Because they're going to hunt you down and kill you if you don't take that chip. Because you're going to be regarded as a terrorist or someone that's rebelling against Esau's system. It's better to become a terrorist and rebel against Esau's system and let Esau put you to death, because the Most High Yahweh have the power to resurrect you and bring you and put your spirit back in your body, man, and raise you back up. Because you take that chip, man, this is the repercussions behind that, man. It says, before I read the repercussions of going into taking the microchip, I'm just going to finish this out in Revelation 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the markers that offered the microchip or that brain chip, or the name of the beast, for the number of his name, Slakia. It says, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now that mark is talking about the RFID microchip and the name of the beast and of his number of his name. It says, read it again from the top. Slakia, brothers. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is 600, for it is the number of a man, and this number is 600, 666. 666, and that's why you have on the barcode, you know, if you look at the barcode, you have these numbers on these lines in the barcode, and the apostles always bring that out. And I've acknowledged that. And I looked at it, and you have two long lines in the beginning, two long lines in the middle, and two long lines at the end, which represent 666, man, which is the number of a man, which is the number of Esau's system. So if you worship in this, so you're a part of this system, which is the part of the Roman Empire, and you receive that mark, which is being a part of this system, man, you're going to get fucked up, man. The Most High going to fuck your ass up, man. You're going to get put to death by the way of thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire from them chariots, man. You're going to be a part of that lake of fire. You know, this is Revelation chapter 14, verse 8. Matter of fact, I'm going to go straight to 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, which is this system that go back to the ancient Roman Empire, and this image, which is the image of the beast, is this system we have now. Worshiping the beast is going back to the Roman Empire, man. The system that the ancient Romans set up, man. And the image of the beast is the image that the American government have set up, man. So it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, which is going back to the Roman Empire, and its image, the image that's set up now, the ancient Roman Empire has been revived, and it's NATO and the EU. You know? It says, and this image, and receive his mark that offered the microchip in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, which is poured out without mixture. And that wrath and that wine is talking about intercontinental ballistic missiles, concentrated fire from them chariots, man. That's going to be the judgment and the punishment of taking that chip, man. You're going to be destroyed. Even though you save your life and live for a season in Esau's kingdom, but you're going to be destroyed by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, because you are a pledge of alliance to Esau, the so-called white man, which is the devil, the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan on earth, man. So therefore, you're going to be put to death, man. Because you taking that chip, man. You pledge your alliance to the international bankers, which are the physical counterparts of the spiritual demon Satan, who, by the way, is controlled by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. Hey, man. It's fascinating, man. So you people going to sell your soul to Satan, and Satan is controlled by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. Satan is controlled by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So you have sold your soul to live lavishly, or to save your skin, or to save your hide for a season. And Satan is taking orders from the Most High. And Esau is a puppet of the Most High. The Most High is the ultimate puppet master. So the Most High is controlling Satan, controlling Esau, controlling the 2/3, controlling the 1/3. Everything is being controlled by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So those who take that chip, you're fucked up. The Most High put the spirit on you to take that chip. And those who don't take the chip, hey, the Most High, which is going to be the 1/3, the Most High also put the spirit on you not to take that chip, man. Because if you take that chip, that's your ass, man. It says back in Revelation chapter 14, verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his fury. It's like it said, into the cup of his indignation, righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. The holy angels and the Lamb represent Yahweh Shah, man, because Yahweh Shah is going to bring that destruction, man. Right along with that concentrated fire, right along with Esau, the different nations that are similar great nations coming up against Esau, shooting them nuclear missiles. Yahweh Shah is going to be bringing concentrated fire, man, from them chariots, man, and beaming up the elect. So those are going to be destroyed. They're going to be destroyed in the presence of the angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shah. And that's a cold deal, man. 2/3 you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you're going to take that chip and you're going to be destroyed, man. Because we surely approaching that cashless society. Only the elect is going to be delivered, man. And I pray I'm a part of the elect. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.